Well, welcome back, folks. So here we are at 35,000 feet. We're well into Portugal now, 68 miles north of Sotex. We begin our descent around about 18 miles north of Sotex, going initially down to level 120. As you can see, we've got some pretty horrific weather that we're crossing over the top of at the moment. Could be similar to what Neil had yesterday. If you've seen his video, I urge you to watch that. It's great. Neil went to Portugal yesterday in the 320, Air Portugal 320, and filmed it, and it's up on his channel, so please go and have a look at that. Give him a few likes and subscribes. Using the same scenery, we're both using Tropical Sim. I actually quite like it. I haven't seen a review of it yet, so I might do a video review of it. So back to the flight at hand. As I said, we're in the First Choice Air 2000 livery A320. We're flying today for TUI, TUI Airways Virtual, another BA that I'm a member of. Weather's looking very realistic out there. So we'll go through the descent checklist while we're here. So descent approach briefing. Okay, tell me ILSZ runway 10. We've got the weather, which we'll double check in a minute. Trans level is going to be 6,000 feet. The trans altitude is actually 4,000, but we're going to set 6,000 as the level to go down. MSA is 3,000 feet, which is actually our approach point. Start today is Sotex 4, which will take us down to Sotex and then literally point us onto the ILS pretty much. So other bits and pieces are okay. Radio aids, we know about that. Elevation's okay. The go around is straightforward. We'll double check this, but that all looks okay. We'll just bring up the weather and have another look at it. So winds are 110 at 7 knots, so they're fairly light from the east, variable. Visibility is good. Few clouds with sea breeze around 17 degrees, 1012 was correct, is what I surmised. So 1012 is the QNH. So we'll program the FMC now, or the MCD rather. In fact, it's asking for it now, so (1012) is the QNH. Temperature 17. 11007. Trans out, we'll put 6,000 in there. Decision height today is 200 feet. 200 feet radio, so that goes in there. So I put in our speeds. Clean speed is 202. 184 with a flat 1 speed and 142 for our final speed. So 34 miles to go. Set this to 120. Auto brakes medium, even though we're pretty sure they don't work. Be interesting as well on the final approach when we go to arm the approach to see whether they've fixed this 2 autopilots. You're normally supposed to engage 2 autopilots on the final approach, but currently if you select 2, 1 goes off, so we'll see. So just confirming our descent checklist. Check the threats. We've got some weather around. We've got a QNH 1010, trans level of 6,000, accuracy is okay. MSA will be 3,000 for this. Go around is up to 3,000 feet, we know about that. Our alternate today is Bija, Lima Papa Bravo Juliet, which is 77 miles away. So we have enough fuel for 2 attempts here, and a hold and a diversion, so plenty of fuel. So that's the pre-descent checklist completed. We're happy with that. So we start the descent now. Down we go, 120. Let's just send a message to all and sundry, let them know what we're doing. So that keeps them happy. As we pass below 26,000 feet, actually maybe I might do it beforehand. We'll see what this weather's doing. Might need to get everybody seated in a little bit earlier. Temperature's minus 25, the TAT is minus 24, minus 51 degrees C. So we're waiting to see what happens, see whether we need to stick anti-ice and stuff like that on. As you can see, we still have a fair bit of ice on the aircraft. Looks actually like we might be sort of fairly high above this cloud, we'll see. Really like these wing views. So we start to pitch through this now. Temperature's minus 22. So I think we'll get the passengers seated. It looks a little bit interesting out there, although we've got some clear patches here. So seatbelt signs please. Love the way the clouds are. It's just the whole realism's gone up a notch. Beautiful. Really enjoying this, I have to say, now that I've got the hang of the 320. Really enjoying it, and a chance to go further afield. So there's the airport down there. We do have some weather to the east of us, but I think we will be okay. So we've got the FARO VFR installed here on nav 2, 66 miles to run. We're coming down quite nicely. Yeah. I think we're okay for anti-ice. We'll see. We may get an anti-ice warning on the ECAM, in which case we will obey it. Lovely view outside the window there. By the way, I should mention, in case anybody's thinking about it, I'm not in competition with Neil. Neil did this flight into FARO yesterday, he told me about it, as he always do. We share pictures and bits of video about our flights. I didn't know there was a scenery available for FARO for Flight Sim 2020. It looked really good, so I got it. I was a bit surprised at the negative reviews. I actually find it's quite nice, and we will have a close look at it. So I thought I would do the flight for TUI, since there was a flight needed to be done that was coming up. Thought we would do this one. So I'm not in competition with Neil. I watched Neil's video, very, very impressive. Particularly the weather. The weather, I think, really makes the video. He had a tough landing, and he handled it very well. I just wanted to do this flight to have a look at what the approach looks like into runway 10 with the tropical sim scenery. And also I wanted to see whether or not I might encounter the same weather he did, because yesterday he got that incredible weather that looks wonderful, but actually it was nothing like that in the real world. So this live weather situation still seems to have issues. So bring this back to 40. So we're passing 18,000 feet nearly. It's coming quite nicely. Put that on 20 actually. So we're just under 50 miles out now. So we're actually pretty much right on the private path. If you look at the 1 in 3 rule, we need to be at 3,000 feet by the time we hit the approach. It's now 15,000, so it's 3,000 feet per 10 miles. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, that's 50 miles. We're pretty much about right, a little bit under. That's to allow for the elevation difference. So the VNAV path is not bad at all, it's quite good actually. Stunning clouds, it's just great the way they do this. All we want now is a weather application that grabs the real weather and deals with it properly. So 1,000 to go, let's continue down to 3,000. Let's bring the speed back. The landing lights on. Speed's coming back nicely. Temperatures +6. We will put the anti-ice on, I think. 20 miles, looking good. Let's just check there's an ILS. 1105 is correct. Course is 103. Excuse me. That doesn't go in, so it's obviously automatic. So we can reduce this now. So engine anti-ice is on, passing 7,000. FARO traffic, jet set 241's now descending to 3,000 feet. ILS runway 10, FARO. Okay, ILS is there, it's active. Looking good. Going to get shaken about a little bit, I think. So let's go to the QNH now, which should be 1012. Checked. I want to bring the speed off a bit more. Pretty impressive weather. So 10 miles now. Checked. So it's gone heading select. Now again, we'll do something very similar to what we did the other day going into Boryspil, which just brings us back to 200 for the approach. We do what we did the other day, which basically is we will leave the ILS intercept to about 2 miles. Coming up on 3,000. It looks a bit murky out there, but it looks okay. So we want the speed to come back. So let's put localizer on now. See what happens. Okay, 3,000, speed's coming back. So it's saying ice not detected, but we've got clouds, plenty of it. Okay, aircraft's turning in towards the localizer. Flat 1 please. Localizer is there. Okay, there we go. So it's turning in. Localizer's captured. L2 single is correct. Let's bring this back to the flap limiting speed. There's the ILS coming in nicely. Now we're 20 miles out according to this. So I'm going to leave the anti-ice on because typically we should have it on with this. Temperature's plus 12 degrees, plus 7 on the TAT. It's perfect for the icing conditions. Nice view of the coast there. See the odd swimming pool, so you know we're usually in a nice part of the world. There we are, swimming pool there. Again, I apologise for my throat. So we've got some scattered muck around here, nothing serious. We're prepared for it. So when the glide slope comes in, we'll drop the gear, go back to 160 knots for the approach and get configured. We're 16 miles out now. Coming in quite nicely. Got a decision height of 200 feet today. And JetSat 124 is final approach, runway 10 FARO. 14 miles out, number 1 for landing. So there's a quick transmission on Unicom there in case anybody else is thinking of lining up for a takeoff. Gotta love this weather, visually it looks amazing. As you can see, a lot of red stuff to the port side. Nice coastline there. Here comes the glide slope. So let's arm the approach. Yeah, still only one autopilot working. So back to 160. Lap 2, drop the gear. JetSat 124, fully established, runway 10 FARO. Flap 3 please, checked. Lights are on, sting the passengers. Arm the speed brake. Okay, back to minimum safe approach today, which is 144. It's actually 142, but I'm going to leave it a little bit more. 2,500. We'll leave it there actually. Fat pull please, checked. So and there we've got rain, so it's a perfect reason to have our anti-ice on. Temperature range is correct, and I've got the field. There it is. Flaps are full. Coastline's looking good. I actually quite like this view. Once I've learned how to work these cameras externally and switch them around. So landing checklist please. The gear is down, flaps full. Speed brake is armed, auto brakes medium, missed approach altitude set. Landing checklist is complete. So as soon as I get the runway visual, stand by to go manual. Wind is fairly routine at the moment, it's only 10 knots. I think Neil had it a lot harder yesterday. Passing 1300 feet. And there's the runway. Checked. Okay, to disengage the autopilot please. Checked. I have control. Looking good so far. Scenery looks fine to be honest. From the right. Got the pappies. Checked.
100 above.
Correcting.
Minimum.
Continue. Get it down the middle.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard, 10, 5.
Okay. And reverse. Reverse didn't do an awful lot to tell you the truth. 60 knots. So landed at 59. Well, that was a bit weird. Well, the landing was okay, a little bit hard. So, off. Oh, come on. Taxi, have those off. APU master. So that can go on. Off. Tilted wind shear off. Weather can go off. See, the ground traffic is playing chicken with us again. We have slightly the same problem that Neil had, where we got the pushback tug parked right in front of the centre line. Actually, I think we might be alright. We'll see where the tug load is. We've got a marshaller there too, which is what Neil had. So let's follow the marshaller and we'll see where we end up. Brakes are really fierce, so I'm touching them just sort of steadily here. Cool, I think we're okay. Well, it's a rainy old day in Faro. So we're going to use that little helper here to connect the jetway. As you can see, they work. Excellent. So, welcome to Faro, folks. Thank you for joining me. Flight time was 2 hours 51 minutes 55 seconds. Got to check the fuel. 4640. So we started with 9,000. Just do the quick calculation on my trusty iPhone here. 9,000 minus 4640, 4360, so 4.3 tons, or 4,360 kilos, whichever way you like to organise it. So we parked on stand 318 there. As I say, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that. I have to say, I really do disagree with a lot of the reviews of this scenery. It's lovely. I don't know what people expect. It's early days in the sim. There's an amazing work effort going on out there, both freeware and payware, to upgrade the default stuff that the Asobo have put into the sim, which is actually quite good. It's a huge improvement in many ways on P3D and the previous sims. And what they're doing is just enhancing the airports and making them look so wonderful as you come in on approach, just like I did just there. We all have high expectations, and I have no doubt that those expectations will be reached. But seriously, come on guys, this is a nice little scenery. Nothing wrong with it, it can only get better. It's got everything you want. It's an airport to fly into. Visually it's very appealing. And I'm more than happy with it, especially since it only cost me €10 because I held the previous version. So you guys do get a significant update discount on the product if you've held the previous version. Anyway, thanks again for joining me. If you like this kind of thing, please like and subscribe. It really helps my channel, costs you absolutely nothing at all. I have 48 subscribers at the moment, still early days for me, but I'm putting up videos every week. I'm hoping to get to 50 very shortly, and we'll have a very big celebration when I hit the 50 mark. However, I'll take this opportunity to say thank you very much to the 48 subscribers I've got so far. Hope you're enjoying the content, and I hope you're finding something to interest you and keep your interest going. Please use the comment section below to let me know what you think, and also let me know if there's anything you want me to fly, you want me to do in either FS 2020 or P3D. Bear in mind, in P3D we've got 2 helicopters as well as various other bits and pieces, so I'm happy to try something out for you. I also have a website which I try to update once a week, at least the main page, but you can go on there. On the main page you'll be able to see what's up and coming, the thing coming up Sunday, and also you can read about me and find out what I used to do before and what I'm doing now. Big shout out to my friend Neil, who is a big supporter of mine, and he flew in here yesterday, and thanks to him for putting me wise about this scenery. I really enjoyed this flight, really lovely. Go and visit Neil's channel, Virtual Flight Videos. He's a really skilled pilot, simulator pilot like me, and taught me a lot about video editing and about how to, if it wasn't for him I wouldn't have got into this. So go and visit his channel, give him a few likes and subscribes, and yeah. So coming this Sunday, which is the 7th of March, I have a part 1 and part 2 videos of Odessa scenery review. We flew from Boryspil to Odessa for Windrose, again in the 320 Neo. You get to see the descent, approach and landing in part 1. Part 2, I have a close look at the scenery at different times of the day, and we have a look at the new terminal that's been built at the airport, and how well the inside of the terminal has been developed by the developer. And you can even see the security check. I even see the archways by the x-rays, which is something I know all about, and if you read about me on my website you'll understand why I made that comment. Anyway, thanks again, guys. Have a great week. See you Sunday, and I'll see you on the next video. So bye for now.